When I first met her, she was everything I wanted in a friend, kind, loyal, funny, and always there when I needed her. We bonded over late-night talks, shared secrets, and countless memories that felt unshakable. She became my confidant, my partner in crime, and someone I trusted completely. When I married him, she stood by my side as my maid of honor, beaming with joy for us. Little did I know, our perfect little world would shatter just a few years later. It started subtly at first. He had been working long hours, coming home tired and distant. At first, I thought it was stress from his job, or maybe just fatigue after having kids. But then, small things began to add up. Phone calls he wouldn't explain, texts deleted too quickly, an edge to his demeanor whenever her name came up. I tried to brush it off, convincing myself I was being paranoid. After all, how could the man I loved, and the best friend I trusted, betray me like that? But one day, I found out the truth. A slip of paper tucked into his wallet, a receipt from a hotel. My heart sank as I pieced together what it meant. Confronting him was one of the hardest things I've ever done. What is this? What are you talking about? This isn't just some random receipt. Explain yourself. Look, I don't know how to tell you this. And then he told me. He admitted to seeing her behind my back. Why? Why would you do this to me? To us? I don't have an excuse, Claire. It started innocently enough. We were spending time together while you were busy with the kids, and things escalated. How long has this been going on? 6 months. 6 months. The words echoed in my mind like a hammer striking glass. 6 months of lies, deceit, betrayal. Everything I thought I knew about my marriage, about my friendship, about the people I trusted most, it all crumbled in an instant. The days that followed were a blur of anger, sadness, and disbelief. Friends rallied around me, offering support and comfort, but nothing they said could ease the ache in my chest. I couldn't stop replaying moments from the past, laughing with her during girls' nights, sharing parenting advice, confiding in her about my struggles with him. Had any of it been real? Or had she been playing a role all along? One evening, as I sat alone in the quiet of my kitchen, staring at the wall, my phone buzzed. It was a text from her. Claire, we need to talk. I stared at the message for what felt like hours before finally typing back. Fine. Come over tonight. When she arrived, she looked different, smaller, somehow fragile. Her eyes were red-rimmed, and her hands trembled as she spoke. Claire, I'm so sorry. You deserve so much better than this. You think? I snapped, unable to keep the bitterness out of my voice. You betrayed me, Sarah. You took away the 2 most important relationships in my life. How am I supposed to move past that? I don't expect you to forgive me. Not now. Maybe not ever. But I owe you the truth. The truth about what? I demanded. It started because I felt lonely. My own marriage wasn't great. I didn't feel seen or valued. And then, spending time with him, it made me feel special again. I knew it was wrong, but I let myself believe it wouldn't hurt anyone, that we could keep it hidden forever. And now, I asked coldly, now that your little secret has exploded in all our faces. I wish I could take it back, Claire. I really do. But I can't. Her apology rang hollow, yet beneath the anger, I sensed a flicker of sincerity. Still, I couldn't bring myself to soften. Not yet. Weeks passed, and I thought I'd finally reached some semblance of closure. But then, another bombshell hit me. One evening, she showed up at my door, tears streaming down her face. Her presence alone made my stomach churn, but before I could say anything, she blurted it out. I'm pregnant. I froze. My mind raced, trying to process what she just said. Pregnant. With his baby. What are you saying? I didn't plan for this. It happened, and now I don't know what to do. I can't raise this baby alone. Please, please help me. Her words struck me like a punch to the gut. Was she serious? Did she really expect me to take responsibility for something they had created together? Are you insane? You think I'd willingly bring your child into my home after everything you've done? Do you have any idea how much pain you caused me? I know. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen. But I'm not ready to be a mother. I don't have the resources or support system to care for a baby. If anyone can give this child a good life, it's you." The weight of her request crushed me. How could she ask such a thing? Didn't she realize the depth of the betrayal? Yet, as I looked at her, broken, vulnerable, pleading, I saw something I hadn't expected: fear. Fear of failure, of responsibility, of facing the consequences of her actions. In the days that followed, my mind raced with questions. Could I forgive them? Should I even try? What about my own children? How would they feel if I brought another child into our home under these circumstances? And most importantly, could I find it in my heart to love a baby born out of betrayal? The decision weighed heavily on me. Friends and family offered advice, some urging me to walk away entirely, others suggesting compassion might be the better path. Therapy sessions helped me process my emotions, but no amount of talking could prepare me for the complexity of the situation. During one particularly intense session, my therapist posed a question that stuck with me. Do you think raising this baby could be an act of healing for everyone involved? At first, the idea seemed absurd. How could something born out of such pain possibly bring peace? But the more I thought about it, the more I realized it might be worth exploring. Ultimately, I decided to meet with her again. I needed answers, not just about the baby, but about why she had done what she did. That conversation was raw and painful. Why? Why did you betray me like that? Weren't we supposed to be friends? Didn't you care about me at all? Of course I cared about you. That's why it hurts so much now. I never wanted to hurt you. Things got complicated between him and me, and I let my feelings get the better of me. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't stop myself. And now I'm paying the price. Do you understand how much damage you've caused? Do you realize what this means for my marriage, for my kids, for me? Yes. Every day, I wake up wishing I could turn back time and undo everything. But I can't. All I can do is ask for your help. For both of us. Her vulnerability caught me off guard. For the first time since learning about the affair, I saw her not as the villain in my story, but as a flawed human being struggling to make sense of her choices. As time passed, life began to settle into a new rhythm. The baby grew stronger, healthier, and happier every day. Slowly but surely, the wounds of the past began to heal. Not fully, perhaps, but enough to allow space for hope and possibility. One night, as I rocked the baby to sleep, I reflected on everything that had happened. Betrayal, heartbreak, anger, forgiveness. They were all part of the journey. And though I would never forget the pain, I also recognized the strength it had given me. Love, in all its messy, imperfect forms, had taught me resilience. Reflecting further, I realized that relationships are complex. They're built on trust, love, and sometimes second chances. While I'll never fully erase the scars of betrayal, I've learned to embrace the beauty of redemption. Life may throw curveballs, but it's up to us to decide how we respond. And sometimes, the hardest choices lead to the greatest growth. And so, I continue to navigate this complicated chapter of my life, finding strength in vulnerability and hope in uncertainty. Because at the end of the day, love, even in its messiest forms, is worth fighting for.